Hi again, I'm going to do problem 31 on page 241 of the textbook, and this should help us understand how to do a binomial problem and then be able to use StatCrunch to do calculations for us. So this is number 31, eye color. In the United States, 40% of the population have brown eyes. If 14 people are randomly selected, find the probability that at least 12 of them have brown eyes. So then they ask a follow-up question, is it unusual to randomly select 14 people and find that at least 12 of them have brown eyes? So we'll let x be the number of people with brown eyes. We'll go ahead and define a random variable, and then we need to figure out what its distribution is. Well, as it turns out, it's binomial. It meets the 4 criteria. We have a fixed number of trials, 14. We have 14 people. We have a fixed chance of success. In this case, it's 0.4 because we're assuming that 40% of people in the population have brown eyes. They're independent, so we're not assuming that these people are twins or something like that, have some sort of genetic dependence. And the probability stays the same for each of the trials. So binomial n comma p. N is 14. We have 14 trials. And p is 0.4. You want to express that as 0.4, not 40. Okay? And so what they're asking us to find is the chances that we get at least 12 people with brown eyes in that sample of 14. So we want the probability that x is at least, we'd use greater than or equal to 12. Okay? And if you wanted to, you could also do it this way. It'll be easier to find this one because StatCrunch will do this for us directly, but you could also do this as equal to the probability that it's 12 plus the probability that x is 13 plus the probability that x is 14. Okay, so we're going to use StatCrunch to see if we can find this. So we'll let the projector come on, and here it goes. So right now I'm opened up to the Moodle homepage for the course, and
that's what I was thinking.
We're open up to the Moodle homepage, and again, the way we get into StatCrunch is there's a link to it right here, and that's what you'll have to do in the testing center when you're using StatCrunch for exam questions. Go ahead and run it, and it takes us into StatCrunch. To find binomial probabilities or any other probabilities, to, normal or anything else we might want to find, go up to Stat Calculator, and then choose the one you want to use. We want to use binomial, but may also end up using normal later on, or maybe some of the other ones as well. Okay. So it defaults to n10, p equal 0.5. We need to change those to what we want. In our problem, n was 14, and p was 0.4. And now it's going to ask us for the probability. We want the probability that we have at least 12. So we do the greater than or equal to, so we change that to this one, second one, and then it was 12. So we change that to 12. And it gives us a little picture of the distribution. Notice that it left off the 13 and 14, and I believe the reason it did that was because the probabilities were so small over there. So the chances that it's at least 12 is 6.08 times, this means scientific notation, times 10 to the negative fourth. So it's a decimal place, 3 zeros, and then a 6. So it's a very small number, so it's pretty close to 0. And so that's the probability, that's the answer we're after. And then, is this unusual? Well, yeah, it doesn't happen very often just by random chance that you would get at least 12 people with brown eyes. So, very small probability. So, that's how you use StatCrunch to do binomial probabilities. Next time we'll probably look at normal probabilities.